What is going on, guys? As you can see, we've got a G80 M3 behind us, and we are wearing a Canadian Auto Performance shirt. You know what that means. We are throwing some catless downpipes, actually not catless, 100% catted downpipes on this M3. So this car does have a Turner exhaust, Turner race exhaust, so it's gonna be pretty loud right now. We're gonna get a cold start of it the way that it is with the stock cats and stock downpipes, all that, and then we'll compare it afterwards. You excited?
Very much so.
So this is what it feels like to sit in the driver's seat of a manual G80. Oh yeah, by the way, this is manual. He actually just discovered that this thing has M modes yesterday, so we're gonna have some fun today. As you guys can hear, this thing has a really deep tone to it already, so I think that that exhaust that he has currently is really gonna clean up the catted downpipes. Also, shout out Canadian Auto Performance. These fronts are from them as well. They look absolutely perfect. Also, if you guys want to get anything that you guys see in this video, you guys can use code FREEWAY down in the description on Canadian Auto Performance to get 5% off of anything. So now all we have to do, take this over to my place, get these downpipes on. All right, so he's about to try launch control. So this will be fun. All right, so now he's going to do, red line is at like 7, so he'll do like 3,000. Oh my God. All right, so he's just gonna get some revs now. Kyle, this thing is gonna be obnoxious.
I know.
All right, so Kyle's checking out the downpipes from Cap. These things look absolutely amazing. First thing that you're gonna wanna do, either do it on the ground or do it on a lift. I recommend, if you can, obviously do it on a lift, but first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start taking off this skid plate. Also, you guys might realize we are in a different garage. This is actually my parents' garage, believe it or not. I used to work on cars here all the time. It's kind of weird working on a car here again, but we'll get this done. We don't have Zach or Jake or the shop here to help, but we got me.
Bro.
All right, so literally not kidding. This is how many bolts you have to take off to get this off, to get to the downpipes. It was literally an hour to get to this point. All right, so I am going to do my best to explain everything that you need to take off in order to get that skid plate off, because there's quite a bit. So the most confusing part is going to be where this kind of goes into the side of the frame here. You're gonna have to move a little bit of plastic out of your way. If you're on a lift like this, it makes it a little bit more complicated. I personally would take off this bolt that is all the way up in there first. It is a 21 millimeter. It's on both sides, so you can jack the car up with just like a normal floor jack. You'll be able to get to that. You can't get to it on a lift like this. And then there is literally, I mean, I showed you guys earlier, there is just a ton of these everywhere, and probably like 30 of these as well. But once you get all that off, all you have to do is take these off of the secondary cats, and then up in here. So if you guys can see right up in here, that is the V-band that we need to get to, and with the skid plate off, it really won't be that hard. And then there's another one tucked up in there. I might not be able to get it on camera, but let me get this one off first. All right, so the first one we broke free. Kyle's had this car worked on before by a local guy at Rose's Garage. His name's Elliot. He owns that place. I just want to say thank you, Elliot, for at least I think that you put some anti-seize on here or something, because as you saw, I just broke that loose without even like trying. So shout out, Elliot. pretty sure that he's had these off before, and he made it very easy for the next guy. Usually people don't do that, so thank you. So we are also going to take off this cross brace here, and as you can tell on this lift, we have an extra brace back here, which will actually hopefully help us so that we don't have to hold the exhaust up the whole time. It's basically like an exhaust hanger, but just a cheap version. And the reason that we're doing that is so that we can push off this cat from the secondary cat right here, and it'll just make everything kind of a lot easier. So what we're gonna do, and we'll see if this is the right way to do it. So these are the O2 sensors. One's right here, one's right here. So what we're going to try to do is take these off now so that we don't have to do any work in the engine bay. Because we can obviously just bolt these into the new downpipes, and it'll be hopefully simple. So let's see if we can break this free. If not, then
car's coming down.
Yeah. Yep, that was good.
You get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
All right, so now we're going to try to get these downpipe bolts out again. I already showed you guys on camera. So we're gonna see how tight these are. On my M340, this was stripped out, so I've never done a V-band that's not stripped. Let's see how easy they are. Yeah, I don't know if these are gonna be tight or... Not bad. Okay, literally a couple fingers of pressure and it's kind of loose. Okay, I think that that's gotta be normal. Have you ever had the downpipes off of this?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so that's gotta be normal. All right, so I can literally just spin this with my finger now, probably. Yep. All right, so we don't want to get this too loose because we want it to stay there. So when we put the new downpipes in, we want the V-band to already be on the turbo, so that we can just slide it over top of the new downpipe, because that's a lot easier. I learned that from my so this V-band is just going to go up towards the turbo. That's going to be pretty much the easiest way to get the V-band back on the new downpipe. Instead of putting it on the downpipe and jamming it up in there, this is just the easiest way. All right, so now that we have that first one loose, the second one is right up in there, right where the camera is focused at, right here, and the other one was right here. So that one's already loose. And then we're gonna go ahead and get to this one now so that we can pull off this downpipe first, because as you can see, this one needs to kind of like go sideways and stuff, and you'll be banging into this anyway. So we're gonna go ahead, get this one out first, and then get this one out. All right, so we are actually gonna have to take off this crossbar, get this engine cover off, because we do actually have to undo the O2 sensors, because there's 2 of them in each downpipe, and I'm stupid and forgot that, even though I've done downpipes on like 4 cars. So here we are, we're learning again, live with you guys. So we're gonna buzz this off, and then I'll show you guys the plugs. Oh, also, if you guys do care, this is a size 15. I haven't really been going over sizes in this video because like everything's either a 15, 13, 17, or 21. Like it's, every size is the same, pretty much. Size doesn't matter. This little notch goes top right, keep that orientation the same. Okay. All right, first downpipe is coming out. We finally got that V-band off, and I think that the V-band is on that, is it on the downpipe currently? Or is it up on the turbo? Oh, it's up on the turbo. Cool. Okay, perfect. Keep it up there. Yep. Oh, O2 sensor.
It's stuck.
All right, let me help.
Got it.
All right, second one is, okay, so that is completely out now. What a W.
Yeah. No, it took all day.
Yeah, no, it's been like 3 hours. I know. It's not terrible. So side-by-side comparison, Canadian Auto Performance, obviously over here. Cat in there for sure. And then this one is the stock one. Honestly, that's really not that big for stock cats. A nice little side-by-side. Yeah, dude, so you're just having a lot less restriction here. So another same thing that happened on my S5. This connection right here is kind of like a hard 90. With this one, you get a lot better flow. So that's gonna help a lot too. And then here's the other 2. Those ones are also, yeah. Flipped. Ah, gotcha. I was like, something looks weird. Yeah, okay. So yeah, a lot less restriction in there. That's gonna be sick. All right, so now all that we're gonna do is remove the O2 sensors that we could not get out and put them into the new ones. Let me just say, these cap pipes look absolutely amazing. Also, we got really lucky. As you can tell, I pulled these gaskets off of his stock downpipes and just slid them right on the new ones. If you guys get that lucky, great. If you don't, get new gaskets. So we also threw some Loctite on there. No, I'm kidding. This is Loctite, but it is anti-seize. Threw some of that in the O2 sensors because these might get changed out again and it just makes things easier. All right, so we got the new downpipes kind of fitted up. We've got them on the V-bands, as you can see up in there. And now all we got to do is we're going to put the cross pipe on first, which is this thing, so that we can kind of align everything from there. All right, so we are kind of on the finishing stretch right now. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of the things that we did in the order that we did it, because I just realized I didn't really show the reinstall. It's just the destall, or the, what even is that? Taking off the parts just backwards. So, all right, so first things first, we're gonna start with the V-band clamps, because once you get those V-bands kind of holding the downpipe, you can kind of wiggle everything around. Don't tighten those all the way, just leave them kind of loose but enough to hold everything there. Then from there we went ahead and installed the O2 sensors with the good old O2 spacers on there. We went with 180 spacers because I've had the most luck with them, and that's what Kyle thought we should use too, so I went ahead and threw those on. And then after that, we went ahead and threw on the crossover pipe onto the secondary cat so that we could then align this other, or this shorter down pipe, because the reason that you leave those V-band clamps up there a little bit loose is so that you have some play in these so that you can kind of see where everything wants to mount up. And then from there, we're just gonna kind of start tightening some things. We'll probably start by raising this up to where the car wants it with the hangers. So starting with the hangers, we're gonna work our way from the back to the front now. And the last thing that we're gonna do is tighten those V-band clamps, because we want everything, again, to lay where it wants to lay from here back. All right, so obviously after you run all of the exhaust down beneath, you're gonna need to plug back in all of the O2 sensors, and some of them are gonna be a little bit hard to reach down in here, but again, you've just got one here, a couple there. You ready?
I'm ready.
So something that's cool about this setup is, Kyle was just saying, I don't think that anybody is running a catless downpipe, 2 stock cats with the stock cross pipe, you said?
Yeah.
And Turner race exhaust. So this is gonna sound really interesting. This will be a cold start too, so I'm excited to hear what this sounds like. Insane. Oh my god. This is the best setup. I don't care. I don't care. We don't even need to do polls. We don't even need to do anything. Cap to go.
Condominium, bro.
Dude, this is insane. Alright, we'll lift it up and check for stuff now. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is lift it up. I can kind of hear it running a little bit weird.
You smell that?
It'll smell.
Like fire?
Yeah. It's new, yeah, it's new downpipes.
Okay.
I mean, I'll double check for you, but...
no, there's smoke.
Completely normal. You're good. So, after you start it and hear your glorious new exhaust, you're gonna wanna just go over, check everything underneath, make sure you have everything good, make sure you don't hear any leaks. I think that we are fine on ours, so... I think the install went honestly pretty good. And if you care about hand marks and stuff on your exhaust, which I don't, and I don't think Kyle does, because under the car, you can wipe it with some like brake cleaner, but there's no point really. So I think we're good. I don't hear any leaks at all. Let's go ahead, button everything back up. All right, so far, Kyle, what do you think? We're about to get some revs, but
that cold start is terrifying because I live in a condominium, but
yeah.
It sounds amazing, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna think so.
yeah.
Who cares? Number one. Number two, this part is
A little stressful.
yeah.
But let's get some revs. Nothing crazy. Is it warm enough for you to rev? Or?
Yeah, it's getting there.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Do you want to wait a little
I'm not
longer?
gonna make a scream.
Oh my god, bro.
Wait, it's not even an empty M.
Does that matter?
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot.
Okay.
You tell me.
You get a little bit high, but dude, it's throaty.
Alright.
Do you want me to rev it with you back here?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so we are completely done. We put everything back together. Car's about to come off the lift. We're gonna drive to a secluded location in Mexico, get some revving, get some launch control. Flybys I am gonna have to skip out on because it is super wet outside. And rear wheel drive and wetness does not go very good together. So
Doesn't really do it justice. It was just pouring. But.
yeah, to be honest, if you guys do want to hear what these catless downpipes sound like driving flybys, definitely drop a sub to the channel because I'll be doing some more content with this very, very soon. But we're still gonna get the revving and the launch control, everything else will be in this video. So let's go get that right now. Launch control?
Yep.
One more time. Bro.
What?
That sounds so good.
Oh,
I
okay,
can't
thought you
see
were
you
gonna
at
be
all.
like, dude, you're
No, oh my god. Chill out.
No.
Dude, that sounds so good, bro. You want me to do it for you? What do you think?
It sounds great. I'm just really pissed about my tire.
Yeah.
For everybody watching, I would have done some fun stuff, but we have a nail in the...
Yeah, let me show them. It's not that bad. I'm telling him he's worried a little too much because I've had this happen like 3 times. But yeah, a little bit of a screw in there. I think you're fine. Sucks. Definitely sucks no matter what. But
now that
yeah.
I can get home and we're good.
Yeah. Okay, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I should have just recorded that, but you just let me do launch control on this, dude. It sounds so good. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Having a nail in your tire for the trade-off of that, not terrible.
It's not
To be
terrible.
honest.
It's not
To
terrible.
be honest.
Not terrible, but I can't have fun with my downpipes now.
No, it's fine. You'll get it fixed in a day.
Yeah, it's true.
You're good. All right, so that is going to be it for this video, guys. It is obviously dark out and raining, as you guys can tell, so that is why we're not actually launching it, getting flybys, because he already has a nail in the tire. I don't want him to end up in the ditch as well, but we are at like a national park right now, so we're gonna go ahead and dip out of here in Mexico, of course. So we're gonna leave, but like I said, shout out Canadian Auto Performance. These downpipes are insane. It's so hard to get this S58 to not sound raspy, and this has no rasp at all. Super, super good. I know it's hard to get on camera and stuff, but it sounds amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and head out of here, guys. Drop a like, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.